And away we go.
All right, cool. So, what's going on?
Not much, I guess. Other than, you know what?
Yeah, pretty much. I know what it's. The election is in one day. So, what are your thoughts? Who do you think is gonna win?
Uh, Okay, I'm gonna be blunt. I'm trying to consider the chances that Kamala could win. However, it's likely going to be Trump.
You think
Somehow.
somehow?
Yeah, somehow. Because there's so much going on. And over time, I think people, there's a handful amount of people that are just looking into how Kamala is campaigning and organizing rallies. And of course, people will say, but she can't do anything. Well, she has been responsible for at least 30 something Senate tie-breaking votes, which is that is the most that any vice president has ever been involved in the history of the United States. So she has been active in some part of Congress, and of course, there have been times that Biden has been absent, not sure for what reason and how. However, there were times that Biden was not in the Oval Office, so there could have been times that Kamala could pass whatever bill that she sees fits with what she wants to provide for the American people. So the questions like that, why are you telling us now? Couldn't you have done it already? That's just what I've heard.
Honestly, in terms of Kamala Harris, it's like you're absolutely right. She could have easily passed anything she wanted to, especially when Biden was out of office. But at the end of the day, it's like, what are you really gonna do? I mean, she could have still done something. I'll be honest, she had the power to do something right now. If she played it smart, she could have done something right now, honestly, because she's technically still the vice president. So she has power to change. She has the power to change people's minds, but instead, it's like she's just saying what she will do, but we're not sure because if she has the power to do it right now, why isn't she doing it? Did she forget that she's vice president?
Maybe. Who knows?
I mean, yeah, she literally has the power. But I say, may the best candidate win. Because at the end of the day, the best candidate will win. And some will think it's Harris, some think it's, Trump. So I say, may the best candidate win. Because at the end of the day, it's yeah, I'm just going to see who wins. I didn't vote. I'm not going to vote. And, for the most part, I'm just watching and see who wins. But yeah, for the most part, it's it's gonna be a very exciting day tomorrow. There are gonna be a lot of happy people, a lot of angry people, a lot of people who just probably won't vote the next election. And yeah, everyone on both sides are either gonna be happy or upset with the decision. So we're just gonna wait and see what that decision will be. And if it's Trump, cool. If it's Kamala, cool. But I also saw this one post too. It said pretty much it said F them both because it's like the person didn't want to settle for for the lesser evils. And I'm like, yeah, I 100% agree with that because it's like it's like
Yeah.
I don't like them. I don't like any of them. Although I don't hate them, it's like I'm not.
They're the only options there is.
Yeah, they're the only options. Like, who else am I supposed to vote for? I can't vote for Kennedy. I'm not gonna vote for the Green Party. I'm not gonna vote for the Liber. There either needs to be a new party with better candidates, or just there needs to be a better candidate on either the Democrat or Republican Party. I mean, yeah, and it's like I just refuse to settle for the lesser than two evils, lesser of two evils,
Indeed.
and it's sad, but it's just true, and we're just gonna see what
That's
happens.
reality.
Yeah, it is. How do you prefer your snake, election or Democrat or Democrat? And the Democrat has I'm looking at a picture right now, and it has the Democrat with a unicorn with rainbow colors on it, and the Republican Party with just a regular snake.
Uh, Okay.
But anyways, yeah, it's I've seen some clips of Kamala, and once again, she doesn't have my trust. Trump, it's just clear as day that he's compromised, or he's just playing the game. You could argue that he's just playing the game so he can get into office, but
Yeah.
but at the same time, he could also be compromised and not necessarily mean what he says, but
What choice does he have?
exactly. Oh, Lil Wayne has endorsed Donald Trump.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, Lil Wayne is pretty short. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
All
Dang.
right then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lil Wayne is just like compared to Donald Trump. Lil Wayne is just so short.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, like Lil Wayne apparently endorsed Donald Trump. Like people are excited about that, I guess. But it's like, what are you really gonna do?
Yeah. What could you do?
But is there anything else in the news?
Porn stars per million inhabitants. Yeah, so world of statistics. Porn stars per million inhabitants.
Put millions inhabitants.
Per million inhabitants, like per million people in
Oh,
that
okay,
country.
got you. Wait, okay, so wait, hold on. So porn stars per million inhabitants.
Yes.
Okay, what is that? Can you explain that a bit more?
Yeah, sure. So, how many porn stars are in that country for every million people of that country's population?
Oh, got you. You know what? I'll be honest. That is an interesting question. How many porn stars are in each of our countries?
Well, we're about to find out. Starting at the bottom, we have South Korea at 0.52.
South Korea.
Yeah.
I should go there. There's no porn stars there.
Well, at least looks like there aren't many.
Well, but then again, they might be with that country where it's like they want to keep the race pure. So I'll respect that.
Yeah,
South Korea.
I do too.
Yeah, but South Korea. That's pretty good though.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ne yeah, it's impressive.
Yours. Okay, go again.
Alright, next we have Mexico at 0.73.
I mean, I know there are Mexican. I'm ashamed that I know that. I know there are probably Mexican porn stars, but they're not. If they're not in Mexico, man, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Alright, next, Thailand, 0.79.
I'm kind of not surprised actually. I'm really not. Like
Ne
as far as Thailand, I'm not really that surprised.
Neither am I.
Yeah. All right.
Alright, Poland, 1.18.
That's still not terrible. That's still not bad. I mean, 1.18%.
No, 1. Stars per million people in that country.
Got you. Got you. Okay. Okay. Still not bad, but could be none.
Yeah. Alright, Argentina, 1.49.
Okay, Argentina. Still not bad. Still not bad, but
Yeah. Brazil, 1.89.
Brazil. Wait, you said Brazil?
Brazil, yeah.
Okay, got you.
Belarus, 2.26.
2.26. Okay, getting up there, but still not the worst.
Good point. Serbia, 2.79.
7.9, getting up there, but
Yeah.
yeah, getting up there, but still not the bad. That's still not the worst.
Slovenia, 2.86.
I don't even know what Slovenia is.
It's the country where Donald Trump's wife is from.
I'll be honest. Did Donald Trump go to a whole different country just to get a wife?
Yeah, I guess so.
Good for him. Wait,
Yeah.
that's where his wife is from.
Yes. Melania Trump is from Slovenia.
Hey, if you want a white woman, bro, it's not saying where you should get her from. So good for him, I guess.
Yeah. Norway, 2.96.
Huh. Still not good, but getting up there, but it's not terrible, not the worst. It's probably gonna get worse from here, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Moldova, 3.08.
I've never heard of Moldova.
It's the country north of Romania, but also south of Ukraine.
Got you. Okay.
Finland, 3.21.
3.21. Finland.
Mm-hmm.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
Not surprised. I mean, I don't know. Finland. It's just one of those places where it's probably better in terms of other stuff, but I mean, some things they're
Yeah,
kind of just lacking in.
exactly. Also at 3.21, Lithuania.
Lithuania.
Yeah.
Wow, I do not know what half these places are.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. That's not terrible, but still not good either. I mean, I'll be honest. As far as this list goes, there shouldn't be any porn stars in general. But obviously, people are not going to do that. But that's just me.
Yeah, there's got to be something flying about at some point.
Either people do it for the money, or people just do it because they like sex. And you know what? Getting off topic for a minute, the people who do it because they like sex, I still can't respect them. But at least they're genuine about it. Like, think about it. It's like, people do it. People become porn stars for the love of the game. And it's like, if you just do it for the love of the game, then okay, fine. But if you're just doing it for the money, then you're just I don't know. You're just something else.
Yeah.
But anyways, moving on.
Yeah, moving on. Sweden, 3.81.
0.81, Sweden. Not really that surprised, honestly. I mean, like, it's Sweden. I mean, it's a pretty good country, but as once again, it has its flaws, and I'm pretty sure there are a bunch of beautiful Sweden girls who would want to get, or I'm just gonna keep it at women. I'm not so sure about guys. Sweden women who would probably want to get money that way.
Yeah, of course. All right. Next, Ukraine, 3.90.
You said what?
Ukraine, 3.90.
There have been a bunch of like things about Ukraine, and with that, I'm just not, it's just one of those things where it's like, for the most part, not surprising, but also it's like at the same time, it's like I feel like I believe it was a bit. I believe it was much less before, but now it's just kind of getting up there.
Yeah, I mean, Ukrainian women are gorgeous. I'll
They
give them
are.
that.
Yeah, no, they are. They definitely are. It's like it's just one of those things.
Yeah,
Some women capitalize off their beauty in not the best way, but they definitely capitalize off of it.
but the point is, they're smart about it.
Yeah, I mean they're smart about it, but at the same time, it can create long term. It can just create long term consequences.
Indeed.
So, for the most part, I mean, it's like, yeah, you will make your money now, but it's like you're gonna have a hard time finding a significant other if you want one. Now, it's one thing if you were like one of these single, bitter old women who was like, yeah, I had my fun when I was younger, but men are trash. Actually, that's a really stupid thing to be. But it's like, you messed around when you were younger, but now that you're not getting the attention anymore, all men are trash. Crazy. And I don't get it, but hey, they they uh they they gotta lay in the bed that they made. But moving on, what else is there?
All right. Colombia, 4.9.
That I'm definitely not surprised about. I mean, it's Colombia. They got gorgeous women, and yeah, gorgeous women. That's it. Not sure about the
Yeah,
men, but gorgeous women.
yes, it's very enticing to get in that industry.
I'll be honest. Speaking of which, I think at one point in my head I would have considered that, but at the same time I was like, nah, I'm never gonna do that. And if I were to do that, I'd have to wear a mask because there's no way my face is gonna be associated with that.
Good point.
Yeah, yeah, I would just wear a mask if I was a porn star. I know that everyone isn't afraid to show their face, but me, I'd be afraid to show my face because, like, man, look, I wouldn't want family, seeing me online like that because, and also wearing a mask would give me a chance to just delete it anytime I want. So even if there are some videos lingering online, well, my face won't be in it.
Good point.
So it's like, you can either So it's like, you can make your money and quit at any given point you want.
Yes.
But yeah, anyways, what else is there?
Cuba, 4.91.
Cuba. For I'll be honest, it's like every time when I hear certain countries' names, it's like I'm just not surprised. Because, well, I mean, it's Cuba. I mean, a lot of things go on in Cuba.
They do. All right. Estonia, 5.38.
0.38. That's a place that I've never heard of, but I'm interested. I'm interested about it. It's like, what I do wonder. Now, since we're going through this list,
Yes.
the question is what is the cause of people wanting to be porn stars in this country and in each of these respective countries? I mean, think about it. It has to be something psychological or what the society's purposely doing to them.
Well, besides the fact the looks would attract a lot of men, and of course what you said about the psychological side of things, I think it's a way to dopamine in men, and also women as well, possibly with other kinds of porn, men related. So, yeah, I think it's just a way to try to halt the progress made in today's society.
It's kind of funny. I think someone unfollowed what I posted on my story.
Says a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it says a lot. This is a whole lot. It's too bad. It's too bad. When I was trying to be an actor, I met her in an acting class. But it is what it is.
And it was what it was.
Yeah, that's true. But anyways, yeah, I 100% agree with what you said, though. I mean, it's like, and for the most part, yeah, it's just I really just wonder what goes on around these places to make people want to pursue that. I mean, it's probably like the stuff that they watch as kids, and probably them growing up and discovering pornography. And yeah, I'm just saying, it's like that probably causes the person to want to do that or want to be a part of that lifestyle. There are a few people who are saved from that, but there are others who just stay in it because it makes either they genuinely love it, or they just love the money that they make from it. Yeah. But anyways, let's move on to the next.
All right. All right. The next country, Australia, 5.54.
Australia 5.54. That actually does not. That actually is. That sounds pretty accurate. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds pretty accurate for
Yeah,
Australia.
it does.
Honestly, Australia. I'll be honest. I've heard good and bad things about Australia. I think it's a pretty decent country, and I think maybe there's something that they obviously need to fix, because it's like, so far the list that we do, I know it's gonna get worse, but so far they haven't been all that bad. They just need to fix certain things about their countries, and then they'll be just fine. Yeah, because it's like, be like South Korea, where there's practically no porn stars whatsoever.
They're just non-existent.
Exactly. I feel like the only time a South Korean woman would become a porn star is if she came to either the United States, or probably specifically either Miami or New York, or any other country that glorifies porn. Which I wouldn't really know which ones, which we're going over right now, but it's like, yeah, it's still, because it's
Yeah.
like there are certain countries who lay down the law. They just lay down the law. It's like this and that, etc. That's it. But it is. But at the end of the day, it is what it is.
And it was what it was.
Exactly. Let's move on.
All right. France, 6.03.
There are a bunch of French porn stars, so can't say
It
that.
makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. Yeah, I don't know this. I'm just making a guess.
France in general is just known for a lot of explicit things.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, yeah, that too. That it's just known for a lot of explicit things. So it's like, I not really that surprising. Plus, it's the city of romance. So it's a city of romance. Although there's not really much
It
romance.
is.
Although there's not really much romance in porn, but they probably have something with that terrible acting in those videos.
Possibly.
Because it's like, I don't want to seem like I'm exposing myself, because it's like, I'm just saying, it's like, it's just a general take. I'm pretty sure it's not like, when they do that in the videos, it's not high quality. Exactly. It's just about what people can see. But it's like, when you really look at it from the surface, it's like, it's pretty much the same thing, just with different people. And also, it's like, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm against it, but wouldn't most men want to be the guys with that girl instead of just watching her on the screen?
Yeah.
I mean, because it's like, I used to say this a lot. It's like, look, I would rather, I used to say this, when I probably 1 or 2 years ago. It's like, look, I wish that I was more of the guy who was with the girl doing that. I said that probably 1 or 2 years ago. Than the guy who's watching the girl watching a girl that I desire with lust get it in with someone else. I mean, just think about it. It's just weird to watch a
Yeah,
girl to watch a girl like in that position that you desire that you want, but deep down that she's never going to truly acknowledge you because she doesn't know you exist, and you have to get up to that
exactly,
point where she at least knows you exist and acknowledges your existence.
exactly.
But that's hard. But that's a lot of hard work, and a lot of people don't want to work that hard. Which it's like I've just really started think. I also really just started thinking about it. I'm like, look, regardless, like I can't talk or touch any of these girls. So what's the point of even trying?
Yeah.
But yeah, let's move on.
All right, moving on with the list.
Yeah.
Russia, 7.06.
Wow, Russia. Huh.
Yeah,
A little surprised, but not surprised, but a little surprised. Russia. I didn't
yeah,
know.
Russia.
I didn't know Russia would be the one that spiked. That would be like the spike up from like the other country.
Well, they have it all. They have gorgeous women. There's a big pornography industry in the nation, and I'm not sure how much of a pushback the weather could be with wearing fur coats. However, they do have a lot of things that makes pornography or porn stars thrive in the nation.
Huh. Wow. I'll be honest, yeah, you're right though. They do have gorgeous women. So I mean,
Yes.
it's not I guess it's not that much of a surprise that the gorgeous women would want to monetize their gorgeousness and their sexuality. So I guess that's not all of that much of a surprise.
Yeah, I agree.
I do wonder which country is like, far worse than all of them though. But we're gonna get to it.
Well, we will for sure. All right, Germany, 7.45.
Well, once again, has gorgeous women and
The pornography industry is very, very lucrative and very stable, you could say.
stable.
Yes, it's very stable. Like, Germany has a lot of things going on for them, and, I mean, come on. Germany, very developed, very efficient with its technology, its automobiles, and, yeah, whatever Western nations do, Germany just slightly does it better.
I'll be honest. Do you think porn would be a thing if that a specific painter was still around?
Good question. You know, I don't see how the existence or the impact of said Austrian painter could have anything impacted in the porn star industry. Because I don't think back then people know that such material would even exist.
I feel like I'll be honest. Matter of fact, how old is the porn industry? How old is it?
Well, it's not centuries, but it's old enough.
It's old enough.
Yeah.
Because it's like at the end of the day, man, it's like, bro, how much does it go back to? Like that's really what I'm wondering. It's like where did it all start from?
At the earliest, maybe the 60s or 70s.
The 60s or 70s?
Yeah, at the earliest. Roughly around there, pornography
Uh
that we know today could make its rise. But
yeah.
before that, the the most the most pornographic pieces of media you would see is women just lifting their skirts slightly, showing their ankles. The men in the 19th century would be like, "Oh my gosh," something like that.
First off, I want to know how does one get stimulated from a girl showing her ankles?
Well, that was the times then. They were very strict in terms of decency and
You know what?
being very concealed and being clothed.
And I can see why.
I think over time it's just gotten looser and they weren't so strict. People could just show as much skin as they like.
You know what? And I can kind of see why, bro. I mean, first it started with ankles, then it started with legs, then it started with hips. Now it's
I don't even know anymore.
now it's a girl's cleavage, and then
Yes.
it like, it can't possibly get worse than that.
Nope. They're just waving about in their birthday suits.
Yeah, exactly. The only thing that you really can do is just the only thing people they really can do is just get naked, which They clearly shouldn't do. Which is like clearly they shouldn't do, but it's like that's really the only thing they can do. It's like, just go in their birthday suits. It's like it can't possibly get any worse than this. But somehow someone is going to be bound to move the goalposts in some way, shape, or form. So
Yeah,
it's like, I mean, I'll be honest. Maybe the people who were strict about not showing ankles were onto something, because first it started out with not showing your ankles, then you were able to show your ankles, and then it just progressed into more and more revealing clothing. And now we're here. And now we're here in the year 2024 with girls being half naked. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just it's terrible. But what are you really gonna do? I mean, most girls
yeah.
are liberated. They feel liberated for being half naked. I don't know why. I don't know how that makes you feel liberated, but it is what it is.
And it was what it was.
Exactly. All right, let's move on.
All right, Romania, 7.95.
Once again, not surprised. It's Romania. I mean, like, shoot. I mean, Andrew Tate hired a bunch of women to be on a cam show in Romania at one point.
So it has to add up somehow.
Huh?
It has to add up somehow with all that knowledge and
Yeah, yeah,
information.
yeah. Exactly. I mean, like, either. Yeah, I mean, like, also it's like Andrew Tate somewhat contribute to that as well. I mean, like, he had a whole cam site at one point. He hired women to, like, be on that cam site so that they can make him money. And now Andrew Tate is the beacon of masculinity, trying to like, encourage men not to be weak and masturbate,
Yeah,
which is a good thing. I'm not like which is a good thing, but
yeah, I agree.
it's like, you kind of have to take fault on, like, what you did for men, with a certain amount of men, and, like, downplaying the, like, out, like, not downplaying, but, like, contributing to the downfall of our society by doing so. But he tried to fix it, I guess. So yeah, with Romania, I'm not surprised. I'm just not. I mean, there's a bunch of gorgeous women out there. I mean, unless he shipped these women from the United States, then hey, I don't know. But Romania, it has it. It's a beautiful country too.
It sure is.
All right.
Okay, next is Spain, 8.3.
Not surprised. I mean, it's Spain. I mean, come on now. I mean, Spain is one. Spain is, like, one of the. I can't say one of the greatest countries because I've never been there, but I've definitely seen how beautiful it looks, and I've definitely seen the women there too. I've
Yeah,
definitely seen the women there too. It's like, they're very great. They're very great, and it's just clear as day. Some women would want to, like, capitalize on, like, their value at a young age and just, like, make the money. But at the same time, it's like, for the most part, I'd say, it's like we just can't. At the same time, it's like, they're gonna have to suffer the consequences. You know, Nowadays it's like we just can't tell, like, women what to do because they're too liberated. But back then it was a fun time. Other than racism, it was a fun time. We used to tell women to not show their ankles. Matter of fact, I might just do that as a joke. Who knows? Like, hey, don't show your ankles. But anyways, yeah, Spain. I'm not surprised.
neither am I. All right, Slovakia, 9.81.
Wow. After Spain, it got up to that very quickly.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I guess Spain isn't that bad then. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It just keeps getting worse from here.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be jump after jump after jump, and then oh my gosh, how do we even get here?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie though. Still, I guess these compared to whatever is to come next is not as bad as what it's gonna get to.
Yes, the next figures is you're gonna make all the other countries just look like, you know what? I'd prefer to go to that country any day, any time.
Yeah, it's gonna make these countries look like saints.
Yes.
But what's next?
All right, Canada, 10.18.
Just jump the goalpost already. The first one. Wow. Okay. I mean, Canada, I'm not really that surprised about because, well, I mean, Canada kind of has its problems, and Canada has its problems, and Canada has its flaws and its good parts about it. But I don't know. It's like concerning the fact that there are kids that vape and smoke and just fry their brains with vape pens. I'm not that surprised. I'm really not. Because it's like I don't know. It seems like Canadians. I love Canadians. I do, but it's like they need to fix a couple of things about themselves, including like I don't know. It's like for one, preventing teenagers from vaping. Same with the United States too. I feel like we can do so much better. I feel like we can do so much better and be so much more strict, so that we can build our countrymen up to be like the strongest people in the world. Shoot,
Yeah.
that's what John F. Kennedy would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like at one point, I'm pretty sure he was talking about. I'm pretty sure, like he had like a system where. Matter of fact, I might look up his policy. I might look up his policies later, because I'm curious. But I'm pretty sure he had something in the lines of like the way school should be in terms of like making like young men stronger.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I mean, like yeah, I'll probably look it up later. But yeah, it's like
Okay.
yeah, it's like for the most part, you said we're still in Canada, right?
Yes, we're on Canada, and we're gonna make a next jump to a country that you never thought would be this high.
Okay.
Are
But
you
Canada,
ready?
yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Japan, 14.15.
What the Japan?
Exactly.
Really? Japan should be all the way down there. I mean, eh, okay, I'm a little surprised, but I'm not that surprised. I didn't think it was 14 though.
Yeah, sure you are.
Wait, sure I'm what, surprised?
Yeah, like you say you're not surprised, but yet you're acting very surprised.
Because it's like Japan is so advanced and
Yeah,
it seemed like it was so I don't know, better than most places.
yeah. Especially his education system.
Yeah, especially that. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are probably like there's certain massage parlors in Japan, and where it's like but there are probably certain massage parlors in Japan, but that's it. I thought that was I didn't know that there was that many people, that many porn stars in Japan.
Well, Japanese women have this culture where they take pictures of their underskirts, putting it out there. They just take a picture of what's underneath whatever. They're Japanese women that do that.
In school clothes.
Yes, somehow.
Ah, come on, Japan. I trusted you. What's next, China?
Well, they're not on the list, so we'll never know.
Okay, good. All right, let's move on.
All right, Puerto Rico, 16.36.
Wow, it just keeps getting worse.
I did say it's gonna go higher and higher, and
It,
every other country
it's,
before it.
it's jumping by two. It's jumping by two. Like, bro, what the? It's just jumping.
Yep,
It's just jumping. Like, not by
it
one, but
is.
by two. It's like just jumping. It's like
It's by whole numbers.
exactly. It just keeps getting worse. Puerto Rico. What's wrong with you? What?
Honestly, I don't have an answer for that one.
Yeah, but let's move on.
All right, this next country, it is sandwiched between Lithuania to its south and Estonia to its north, and that country is Latvia, 20.53.
Jeez, I don't even know what the country is.
Exactly. Like, Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia are known as the Baltic countries. And of the Baltic countries, Latvia has more porn stars per million people of them all, of the three.
I've never even heard of that country. How does it have more porn stars?
Again, I still don't have an answer for that one.
Hey,
It's it's so puzzling at this point.
people in that country, stop watching porn. Come on.
Come on, guys.
Actually, no. Everyone from every country, stop looking at porn. Stop giving all these girls attention, so they can
Yes,
get
do something productive.
so they can get real. I'm sorry, you go.
No, you go.
I was gonna say so they can get real jobs or at least husbands that will provide for them.
Do find something occupying that takes your mind out of what goes on in the world.
Yeah, because like a 20 point. You said 20 point what?
20.53
20.
porn stars per million people.
Jeez, come on, do better. I don't even know what your. I don't even know what that country is.
Yeah.
Do better. Like I don't know. Do something productive. Like I don't know. Play I don't know. Pray. Read the Bible. I don't know. Play tennis. Play soccer. Play golf. Anything. I don't know.
Exercise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Work. Work out. Like do anything but that.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
All right. Okay. This next one, it's the biggest jump thus far, and it's a country you'll certainly know by now. The United States of America, 27.25.
Uh,
Are you really that surprised?
I'll be honest. I thought it was gonna be much worse. I personally thought it was gonna be much worse, but I'm not. I'm not. I'm not that surprised. It's just like I don't know. We need to lower that though. We do.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. We need to ban. I don't know. It's like well, what we need to do is ban porn in the United States, and then, well, if the porn stars want to continue their careers, they just have to go somewhere else. Otherwise stay in the United States and I don't know, get a regular job, try to be entertaining, do something that's like contribute to our society.
Yeah.
I don't know, do something other than just having sex on camera.
Yeah. Like, what good would that do? Other than short-term satisfaction.
Yeah, I mean exactly. Having sex is just short term satisfaction. Here's the reason why I believe most people have it. It's because it's like I don't know, they're trying to fill a void of some sort. It's like something that they don't know how to fill. When it comes to like God or anything else, it's like something they don't know how to fill. They try to fill it with sex and short term satisfaction, and I believe that's why most people do it, or they just genuinely love it and they just can't get enough of it. But I think there's always gonna be a void that they try to fill to an extent, even when they don't say it. It's a void that they want to fill.
Uh-huh.
I'm just kind of glad. I'll be honest. I'm just glad we're just saying how many porn stars are in these countries and not saying these porn stars' names
Yeah.
because that'd just be terrible.
Yeah, that is not a good flex. It's not even a flex to begin with.
That's not. It's really
No.
not.
No. Alright. Next one. Now, you're not gonna be it's not just the figure you'll be surprised with, but it's also the country you'll be surprised with, because I actually talked about this country because this year they have been known for building even the most beautiful classical architecture.
So they're beautiful, but they're the worst of them all. Not the worst of them all, but just
Well, actually, there's another country that has a higher porn star rate per million people, but we talked about this country before. Known for its, well, not just the women as they're gorgeous, I think, but also their architecture. It may look like it was built in the 19th century. They were actually built this year, and I like that. I like that for a country.
oh wait, the country was built this year.
No, the country have built classical-looking buildings this year that you thought
Yeah.
you could be in the 19th century, but it was built this year.
Oh, okay, got you. I think I know which country you're talking about.
Yeah, and that country is Hungary, 85.05.
That was a huge jump from the United States. Wow.
It sure is,
That
yes.
is a huge jump. What?
How not?
I'd be a little ashamed if I was the leader of that country, man. Like, how do you have that many porn stars in one country? How do
I
you
have
breed
no
that many
idea.
porn stars? I mean, like, look, the United States can at least be fixed.
Even if they try to reduce that number, it's still going to be high.
It is. It really is. I mean, it's like, bro, it's like the United States. Okay, I'm at least glad to be in the United States because at least not everyone's a porn star.
Yeah.
Okay. Not surprised that there's. I thought the United States would be a little bit higher, but I guess I was wrong. But wow,
Yes.
80s, like get like jumping all the way to the 80s is crazy.
Yes, it is.
How many more left on the list?
There is one more country,
Wow.
and that is it.
Okay. What is?
Alright, country at number one for having the highest porn stars per million people is Czechia or the Czech Republic with 86.19.
I'm gonna say this. These countries should be ashamed of themselves, bro. How do you have that many porn stars in one country?
Yeah,
It's like, look, I get it. It's like people need a career, but it's like, bro, where's the morality? Where's the dignity, huh? With guys and girls too. I'm not just talking about girls. I'm talking about with guys and girls. Although they're the majority of girls are porn. There are more girl porn stars than guy porn stars because it's like no one is gonna buy a guy's OnlyFans over a girl's OnlyFans. But still, it's like where's the shame?
good point.
Where's the morality?
Have women just given up on life that this is the best they can do to go on with their lives?
I mean, is this feminism? Huh?
I wouldn't know. I'm not a woman. I wouldn't know. I'm not a woman.
Yeah, I wouldn't know either. I'm not a woman either. But like, bro, it's like if this is feminism, bro, then like you guys were scammed. Like I'm not gonna lie, this everybody's just getting scammed. I mean, like, cause with porn, it's free because well, I mean, you pay with your time. All I'm gonna say is this, man. I don't want to be an old man online looking at pretty women that I wish that I was with and touching myself. I just wouldn't want to do that because that's just a sad existence in of itself. I'm not even going to give young people an excuse either because well, even when you're young, you shouldn't be doing that. You should be improving your social skills and talking to like men and women of your age so that you can at least have some form of game and how you decide to use that game is up to you.
Yeah,
I say like it's better to just talk to girls rather than just just look at females online because I'll tell you, man. It's like those it's like it just makes you nervous. Actually, yeah, that's what porn really does to you. It just makes you too nervous to do it in real life because it's like you're so used to like just that routine because it's easy. The girl can't reject you. That you won't ever have the gut pick up the courage to like talk to a real girl. And by the time you do, if it does happen, you'll probably realize that you wasted your youth just masturbating to porn. Like your full on youth. Like I mean, I'm talking about like your teenage youth. It's like assuming that most people would break out of that in their 20s. But yeah, the Czech Republic. Not gonna lie, I'm more shocked about Japan.
yeah. That's a big shot for me too.
Yeah, although it's not as high as Hungary.
Yeah, Hungary. Like there's so many classic. There's so much beauty in Hungary, yet of course there's always going to be flaws in every country.
Yeah, I mean you're absolutely right. I mean for the most part, with Hungary, yeah. So I mean it's like bro with the classic buildings too. It doesn't make any sense.
Nothing does.
But is there anything else in the news?
Yes, I've heard this everywhere. Quincy Jones, producer and entertainment powerhouse, dies at age 91.
Wow. I mean, may God rest his soul. Hopefully he's up there. That's all.
Yeah,
That's all I'm gonna say. I have to say that because it's like I'm not really sure where anybody or like half these people go as I don't know them or I don't know like what how they stood with God. But I do hope he's up there.
yes,
I do. I do. But like for the 91 though, that's not a bad age to like die.
yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean it's impressive that somebody could live that long though. I mean,
Yes,
personally, me, I'm hoping that I would. I would personally hope that I would live up to 100 and something if possible, which it is possible, but I guess it just depends on like how God like how long God wants to keep me on this earth. But I say, hey, may God rest his soul and may and hopefully he's resting in peace.
indeed.
Yes. There anything else?
Yes. Let us find it. Do 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 do. Oh, this is interesting.
What is it?
Well, well, well. In a bathroom stall, a simple message: vote Harris. No one will know.
What
I have no.
in a bathroom stall it said vote Harris? No one will know.
Well, That's at least what the headline says. There's a couple of notes. First one says, remember, it's your vote. You're alone in the voting booth. Another note says, hey, remember, your vote is private. It's your vote. Hashtag Harris Walls. And then there's the one in Spanish that says, su voto es tuyo, su voto es secreto. Somos más fuertes juntos. Vota por libertad, vota Harris Walls. And then another note saying, remember, your vote is private, and you do not need to tell anyone who you voted for. Your husband/boyfriend, another note, doesn't need to know that you voted for Kamala Harris. Pass it on. Save women's rights. Remember, your vote is your vote. So, yeah, I think people are just going around saying, if you vote for Harris, you don't need to tell everyone. I don't think that goes for anyone with whatever views. You don't have to talk politics with people, because we're all going to have different views, and we're going to have disagreements with them, because there's always going to be something that we'll have in common with other people.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And I'll be honest, for me, it's not even about that. I just don't care about any of them. I mean, if you want to know my vote, it's no one, because I didn't vote. But at the end of the day, it's like, what are you really going to do? I mean, a lot of people like Kamala, a lot of people like Trump. I mean, Tim Walz, he's kind of a weirdo. I'll be honest, Tim Walz is kind of a weirdo because it's like, I don't know, he put tampons in men's restrooms, in boys' restrooms for schools, and it's like that's weird in of itself. That's weird in of itself, bro. And it's like, I'm not gonna lie, he seems kind of just off putting. I'm not just saying that because he's probably gay, but it's just he's just off. He seems a bit off. But at the same time, they would probably like have him be the leading candidate if all fails this year with Kamala Harris in the next 4 years. All right, what else is there?
Alright, university tuition fees set to rise by £285 for the first time in 8 years.
Wow, what do you think about that?
Well, whatever happens, I don't care, because I'm going to be out of it soon, and I've already set my financial plans to ensure the financial freedom I could possibly ask for. And I'm not talking about what happens during the next few years in my journey to being on the global stage and being part of headlines and opportunities that come my way.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree. I mean, like at the end of the day, you won't have to worry about that. And I'll say this: you're almost done with it, though. So I say that's more than a reason to not really care very much about it. Yeah. So I mean, for the most part, I say for the most part, I mean, you're pretty much good. You're
Yes,
pretty
I
good.
am.
So yeah, is there anything else?
I think that is it for this episode.